Cable 8 Sports presents Foxboro High School girls basketball. Tonight, it's the championship game of the Warrior Classic and the resumption of a storied rivalry between two of the best girls basketball programs in the state. Tonight, it's the 15-4 Walpole Timberwolves facing the 13-6 Foxboro Warriors. Hello, everyone. I'm Mark Farinella, bringing you the play-by-play, and I'm joined at the broadcast table by Tom Blake. The basketball rivalry between Foxboro and Walpole has its roots in a stretch of games of over about 5 years in the 1980s when it was inevitable that these two outstanding programs would meet late in the MIAA Division II South Sectionals to determine which team would advance to the next level. Foxboro got the better of Walpole only once in that stretch before heading to Division III for a couple of decades. But now they're both in the same division, maybe even in the same bracket as the statewide tournament begins next week. And this could be a great preview, Tom, of what might be in the offing later down the tournament road.
Absolutely, Mark. I really think this is going to be a competitive matchup. Both teams are very fast-paced and like to push the ball, so it should be very exciting.
I enjoyed watching a lot of Walpole on cable over the last couple of days because I wanted to get familiar with them. And yes, this is a very good team. I don't understand how they lost to Natick. I saw Natick last night in the Mansfield Girls Tournament, and they were overwhelmed by Bishop Feehan. And on a night when Feehan really didn't play that well. But certainly I am really impressed by what they brought to it. And I've been very impressed, of course, with the Warriors and their growth. And so we will pause for the national anthem in just a second. Actually, maybe we're going to wait a little bit longer, Tom. I never do get that cue right.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this is going to be a good game between two very good teams, and they very well could end up meeting each other farther down the road, depending upon how things go. Right now, Foxboro is about, I believe they are ranked about 11th, I want to say. No, they were number 12 this morning in the Globes compilation of the records, which is computed every day. Walpole is number 4, so they will have one of the top seeds. And I guess they're not going to play the anthem before this, so we will just get right into basketball, and that's good.
Right to action. It does look like they both played Oliver Ames and lost to them.
Yes.
So they have played only one similar team.
And it looks like Foxboro did a little bit better job in the second meeting with Oliver Ames than they did in the first.
Yes.
And the opening tap is controlled by Walpole. Brooke Willonis is the point guard, number 10, and she is very impressive. But Izzy Adams, number 22, just had the ball. She's a freshman sensation, and she is going to be a leader of that team for 3 more years after this one. Into Katie Hurley with the ball. Katie Hurley goes to the basket and scores. And that's what she does a lot of. She'll get the ball. She won't be too fancy, but she will try to go to the basket. But here is a very exciting player for Foxboro. Kaylee Sullivan, leading the team in scoring at this juncture, only a freshman. Makes the move, but they're going to call her for traveling, and I don't think that was a little bit, she'll get that step in the next couple of years.
Yeah, it looked like a good step there. She's really gained a lot of confidence as the season has moved on, and it's going to be a very, very exciting player.
Absolutely. Haley Brigham goes to the basket for Walpole, and there'll be a foul. And that foul will be on number 25, and that is
Andrea Slattery.
Andrea Slattery back in action today.
Yes.
So
the first one's missed by
Hurley.
13. Yeah.
I'm sorry, that is by that is Haley Brigham. Yep.
Haley
and
Brigham.
she is she's a shooter, and she can hit from the baseline a lot. I've seen a lot of that. All right. Sullivan has the ball in the forecourt now. Marked very closely by Grace Ryan. Inside.
That's a good move.
Foley, no good. Rebounded. Izzy Adams, outstanding young freshman. Looks like she might have turned her ankle a little bit or something.
Yeah.
But she seems to be walking it off okay.
Yep.
Ball goes out of bounds. It will be.
I think it will stay here.
It will be Walpole ball.
Yep. Now, Mark, both teams play a pretty aggressive man-to-man defense. There's a strong move.
And that was Brigham on the move, and she is fouled. So Foxboro getting a couple of fouls up on the boards right now, and that's the second one on Slattery.
Yes.
So Lisa Downs may have to go to her bench, and it looks like she's prepared to get Ava Hill into the game shortly. The first shot by Brigham is no good.
That's a miss.
And Ava Hill does come in for Slattery to protect her from any further foul trouble. Brigham looking to get the second shot, and does.
Hits the second.
4-0 Walpole.
Yep, Walpole's taking it strong to the basket almost every single time.
What you'll see from them is very aggressive defense too, and they're going to have to. Foxboro's going to have to compensate for it.
Yep.
Lisa Downs calls a timeout on the sideline to preserve the possession. So that is a very tactful move at that point, because they were going to be in serious trouble if they didn't.
Oh yeah, they're pressuring the full court here.
What I've in my viewing of Walpole, I've really come to respect Brooke Walonis, the junior guard, number 10. She plays with a very confident swagger out there. It's nothing negative. It's not something you'll hate unless you're being beaten by her, I guess. But you can see that she's good. She knows she's good, but she's also smart enough to know that if she's being defended well, she can distribute the ball as well as anybody, and they've got 4 or 5 people right there who can score on this team. So that's what makes it a big challenge for Foxborough. Of course, Foxborough and Walpole, Tom, had some of the greatest games in the history of girls basketball in this state. Of course, they all go back about 30-odd years. But and I was at most of them, so that's how long I've been. But when I think of the rivalries between Coach Nancy Woysick here in Foxborough and Sue Brainerd over in Walpole at the time, certainly, and 2 of the greatest players the state's ever produced, in Sarah Bain for Foxborough and Megan Sullivan for Walpole, the rivalry they had and the games that they had were just classic meetings. And I'll talk a little bit about that later. But right now, Kaylee Sullivan will take the ball out of bounds for Foxborough. It gets at the center stripe and is met by Ryan very tightly. But Cam Collins has the ball inside, turns, spins, doesn't get the shot. Rebound almost by Blake, no good. And Ryan will take the ball up.
That was a good save.
There's a lot of people on this team that can take the ball up. Hurley now will run into Blake, but Blake, it looks like she's going to get the foul, unfortunately.
The Foxborough needs to stop that ball at the top of the key. Yep. They are letting them get too deep into the paint, getting all these easy foul shots.
Katie Hurley at the foul line misses the first one, and if they're not hitting their free throws, that's obviously a help for Foxborough. Hurley season high was 15 in a game against Hanover. She gets the second. So Walpole now with a 5-0 lead.
Yep. Foxborough is still scoreless after about 6 minutes in the left.
Sullivan brings the ball up, gives it to Collins. Collins will break along the baseline, puts it up a little wildly, gets it knocked out. Sullivan gets it back. Foley over to Hill. Yep. Hill will make the drive now. Hill goes in the basket and scores. Very nice drive, very confident by Ava Hill.
Absolutely.
And Foxborough's on the scoreboard. Brigham has the ball. Gives it off. Now here's Walonis. Walonis goes to the basket, misses the target, and Foxborough comes away with the rebound. Collins has it on the fast break. She's in the left corner, looking out. We'll get it out to Hannah Blake. Now inside to Erin Foley, back to Collins. Collins on the left side. Foley has it. Skip pass to Sullivan, comes back around. They're looking like the Mansfield dribble drive there. Collins goes up and gets it. And that was Hurley who hit the ground hard.
Yeah, Katie Hurley's.
But she's walking it off. But
jogging it off.
They're going to bring in Caitlin Boisvert.
They're going to sub her out.
Caitlin Boisvert, number 32, a sophomore forward, and she is very talented. She's a good sub there. Collins with that basket gives Foxborough 4 points on the scoreboard now. 5 for Walpole still. The three-pointer no good by Ryan. And the other shot, the rebounding shot by Boisvert is no good, and the rebound by Foxborough. And here come the Warriors. Sullivan up the top of the key. Gives the signals to her teammates what they're going to run. Erin Foley gets it to Hill. Now to Blake for the jumper. No good. A good look, but not a good shot, unfortunately. And then the rebound by Boisvert. Here comes Walpole. Izzy Adams goes to the basket and scores. This kid is going to be something else, Tom. I don't know how much you know about her, but
I saw her a little bit yesterday. She's got a good game.
She is a human highlight film, and the best part about it, the way they're developing her is they're not making her the focus. She's doing it all in the flow of the game. Nice shot by Erin Foley, the grid pass in, and
nice play there.
And now it's 7-6. Walpole in the lead halfway through the first period. Izzy Adams has the ball at the top.
Yep.
Over on the
There's a three.
Sideline, a three.
A three by Brigham.
Haley Brigham is their three-point shooter. She's the kind of player that you'll say, oh, we can't let her beat us, and then she does. No good by Blake. Rebounded. Izzy Adams will be on the drive, wants to go coast to coast, and does. This kid is going to be a danger for this game and for 3 more years. Walpole's team is relatively young. There's a lot of people on this team that are going to be back next year. All right, Kaylee Sullivan had a magnificent freshman year so far. One that we haven't seen around here for about 30 years. Yep,
that's Ava Hill.
Ava Hill with the ball and a foul. Oh, 3-second violation. 3-second violation underneath. So Walpole will have the ball. 3:10 left in this period. Brooke Walonis will put it in play and gives it to Brigham. Haley Brigham, junior guard, she had 18 against Weymouth. That's her season top.
There's a steal by Foley.
Mia Esdale was in the game too. Foley on the break, and she is fouled on the way in.
Oh, good take there.
And the foul is on Mia Esdale, who just came into the game for Walpole, and that's the first foul on Walpole in this game. Looks like Foley's, well, maybe she's just stretching it out a little bit. I was afraid that she may have gotten a little bump there on the end of it, but she misses the first free throw, but she'll get another. Walpole's opened up a 6-point lead here. Warriors want to cut into it. Left-handed shot is good. 12-7. Walpole on the break. And the freshman hits it.
Wow. That's a nice play there.
Oh, wow. So they're in the verge of opening this game up a little bit already. It's early in the game, obviously. Cam Collins gets it out to Aaron Foley for the jumper. No good. Rebounded by Blake. Strong rebound, but she's blocked by Boisvert. And a foul will be on Ava Hill. And that is her first. Let's look at what another talented young freshman can do.
What a step back. Great shot.
That looks like a Caitlin Malika shot almost.
Yeah.
I always love that step back three. I would prefer it when a Foxboro player does it, though. All right, Hill being covered very tightly by Foley, and the steal. Blake made that happen. Collins comes up, takes the pull-up jumper at the foul line, no good, and it's rebounded by Walonis.
Well, Foxboro's gotten very cold from the field here.
Walonis just has jock written all over. She is like a gym rat. You can tell. I mean, she has a swagger. I really enjoyed watching this kid play, and she's a good leader for them. And that's one thing that Foxboro has to counter. But as I was talking to Lisa Downs about it, I think you take one kid away, there's another kid who'll step up on this team. Knocked out of bounds, it'll still be Walpole ball. Dave Wall is in his 7th year as head coach of the Timberwolves. Of course, you remember them as the Rebels.
Yeah.
And that was changed a couple of years ago for the obvious distaste for the Confederate imagery. Hurley comes back in the game for Boisvert, who gave them a couple of good minutes there. Walpole has scored an average of 51.5 per game, and they've allowed 35.9. So as you can see, the defense, they may not score a lot of points, but they definitely stop them.
They're a very athletic team.
Adams with the spin move and the 30-second violation. I don't think they knew what the clock was.
No, it went out of bounds while hitting the rim, so didn't reset the clock. So Walpole's going to press.
Chloe Benden is in the game for Walpole, and again, she's a very, very honored and respected insertion for these, I almost said it, for these Timberwolves. Sullivan's three, no good. Comes out long, rebound fought for, still on the ground. Collins tries to slip it past, but now Walonis comes up with it. Walonis with the long pass, knocked away by Sullivan, but still recovered by Walpole. And Walpole will set up. Brigham gets it into Hurley. Hurley with the spin move goes in.
Nice left. She must be a lefty.
17-7.
Yeah.
Walpole has opened up a 10-point lead here as we come down to the end of the first period. 41 seconds left. Blake on the move. She'll be fouled on the way in, and she will go to the foul line. Hannah Blake averaging 8.2 points a game this year. Her career high was 21 in a 53-47 win at Needham very early in the season, and she has been very reliable this year. First one's a little high. The arc was a little higher. But she'll have another. 39 seconds left here in the quarter. And she has the ball in her hand. Will dip and shoot. Perfect. 17-8. 9-point lead by Walpole here as we're in the last 39 seconds of the opening period. Walonis has the ball covered by Collins. Walonis brings it across the timeline, loses it out of bounds, but it will be Foxboro. It will be Walpole ball.
Walpole ball. Good defense there.
Hurley will inbound right next to Lisa Downs on the Foxboro sideline. Gets it skipped out to, he comes over to Bindon, to Hurley, back out top, and we'll go to Walonis for the three. Walonis, nothing but net.
Wow.
17 seconds left. That was Walonis' first basket of the game. Collins will try to set up the last shot. 5 seconds. She penetrates, takes the jumper, no good off the glass. Rebound will be Walpole's. Adams has it, and that'll be the end of the first period. So after one, the Foxboro girls get a good idea of what they're up against as the Walpole Timberwolves have taken a 20-8 lead. Tom, it just seems like they've got to adjust to the speed of Walpole. One thing they do is they really get up the court fast, and they penetrate, and they move the ball around well. Here's Walonis. Look at hardly any spin on that ball, too.
Very high arc.
She is good, though. She's got multiple talents.
Yeah. Foxboro just has not been hitting their shots. That's really what it comes down to. They're getting good looks, but not making the baskets. Walpole's really penetrating well, I think, and getting a lot of close baskets. So
I think back to many of the games I saw between these two schools, but the best of them all, other than, well, there was one win in Sarah Baines' junior year. I can talk about that later, but the best game of all in terms of the atmosphere and everything, they played a Division II South semifinal at Stonehill College. 2,000 people were there. 1,000 people were outside and could not get in.
Wow.
They had to delay the game to get everybody seated, and then the fire laws stepped in. The fire department stepped in and said, we can't get any more people in here. A great game. Sarah Bain needed 39 points to get the all-time boys and girls state scoring record. She ended up 1 point short in the game. Foxboro lost that one by 2 points, if I remember rightly. But it was a great game back and forth. Sarah, again,
probably late 80s.
It was 1988.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, that was the 1989 season. You're right. Because it was 88 when they went to the Garden. Foxboro played Wakefield. Terrific game, though. Sullivan was excellent. Two of the best players I've ever seen. Of course, Bain went to Boston College. Sullivan to Holy Cross. The long shot by Foxboro is no good. Rebounded by Foley. Foley will come back and looks for Collins underneath. She goes up and scores. Got challenged defensively, but she did. Yeah. She got the basket in.
Yep.
All right, here comes Walpole. Walking the ball up. That was ball's loose on the floor, picked up by Foley. And here comes Miley.
And she's fouled. That's a good strong take to the basket. That's what they need to do.
All right, Miley will go to the foul line. And the foul is on, I think they put Brigham up unless they haven't changed that, but that would be 2 on her if that's the case. First shot is no good. They've got to hit the free throws.
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was on Brigham.
Here's a replay.
Here's a replay. Aaron gets caught in the air, but makes a nice little dump pass.
Hurley was there, but she got it past her. And the second shot is no good. Rebound tapped out by Collins, though. Miley gets it back. Miley puts it up and in. beautiful.
Great shot.
High shot. Nothing but net.
Yep.
And she is fouled.
Back to the foul line.
Chance for a three-point play here as Foxboro's cutting into this Walpole lead. Now 20-12. And Miley has a chance to make it 20-13. And she does.
Makes it.
Got that good high arc on that shot. All right, Walpole will bring the ball up. Here's Walonis gets it. Looks up ahead to Hurley. Underneath the basket. Back out to Hurley at the foul line. She takes the jumper, no good. Rebounded by Miley. Here come the Warriors on the fast break. Sullivan stops at the foul line. Now gives it off to Izzy Chamberlain. Back out to Sullivan. Sullivan will try to penetrate the lane, and the foul, pushing foul, is on the way in.
Foxboro's really getting to the line now, so they're getting a lot of fouls on Walpole. Both teams have been at the foul line quite a bit so far, Mark.
That foul is on Grace Ryan. That's her first. And one thing I did note in my kind of scouting is that Walpole is a little foul prone. Underneath.
Yeah. Well, they play a very aggressive
Foley
game.
Attacked by Hurley.
Yeah.
Ball goes out of bounds off Hurley.
Yeah, a little wrestling there.
Foxboro will have the ball. 26 seconds on the shot clock. 6:43 left in the period. Collins will inbound. Looking. Finally gets it out underneath.
That was a foul.
To Foley. Foley does not get the shot, and there'll be a foul, and this time it will be on Foxboro. I believe it'll be on Aaron Foley. Let me check.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep, it is. Let's see the action underneath. Well, she gets hammered at first.
Definitely fouled there. Then she retaliated after, and got called.
All right, Walpole in possession. Underneath to Hurley, no good, but there's a foul underneath. That will probably on Izzy Chamberlain. Let me see again.
Yes,
this is the only place around here that I actually telecast these, do these games from courtside. So it's a little hard to see, but yes, that is on Izzy Chamberlain, who had a really great game the last time I was here.
Yes.
And Hurley makes them
both of them. Here comes some subs. Ava Hill and Hannah Blake back into the game.
22
to Foxboro.
22-13. Foxboro trailing Walpole. But I see potential of good things here for Foxboro. You just have to hit a few more shots. That's the most simple aspect of basketball, as I speak the obvious on that.
Oh, yeah.
Sullivan gives it off to Collins on the left elbow. Now into the middle to Blake. Blake elbows away in and scores. Boy, I'm surprised she didn't get called for a foul on that, but that was a great move, a great power move by Hannah. And it is, again, it's getting a little closer, 22-15. Let's see how Walpole responds. Izzy Adams gives it off to Ryan. Ryan moves the ball out of bounds, and yes, Cam Collins was there, forced that turnover.
I don't know what you think, Mark, but I think both of these teams are pretty streaky. Put up a lot of points very quickly with defense.
I do think that is the one thing. Defense is definitely the strength of both of these teams, I believe. Here comes Cam Collins on the break. Dribbles the ball behind her. It's going to go out of bounds, but I thought it hit a Walpole player, but it did not.
Went through a bunch of players there.
Yeah, that went through the wickets, as they say, so Walpole has the ball back, and they are up by 7. Izzy Adams, the really outstanding freshman. No-look pass over to Walonis. Gets it cross court now to Brigham. Misses the 3. Tapped out, and the rebound is Hannah Blake's, and she's fouled.
Both teams are going to be in the bonus soon here. And here's a replay.
Look at Hannah go. A little bit of a bump there, but you know what? Incidental contact, as they say. Good move, though. Kept her confidence and really concentration on that, too. Foxboro has the ball. Foley gives it to Collins. Collins fakes a move.
Good defense
facing
here.
their best defensive player, Walonis. And she is fouled. Collins is fouled on the way in.
Yeah, Walonis really bailed her out there. I don't think Collins had anywhere to go.
First foul on Walonis. 17th foul now on Walpole, so Collins will go to the line. This is a two-shot foul, but they are in the 1-and-1 now.
Yep.
Collins now with 5 points in the game. Foxboro has a really bright future with the number of underclassmen they have. Obviously, Collins and Sullivan are going to be the anchors, I think, of this team going forward. Gets them both.
Well, Ava Hill is only a freshman.
Ava Hill also, and
she's a freshman, and I think Izzy Chamberlain.
Who showed some very good things in the game against Stoughton that I saw.
Yeah.
Walonis gets a skip pass across to Ryan.
Ooh.
Ryan temporarily loses the ball, but Walonis gets it back. Walonis bounce pass to Ryan. No, I'm sorry, to Adams rather. Misses the shot.
Oh, they pushing the ball
on the rebound. Nice play, great pass, and Kaylee Sullivan scores her first basket of the game.
And they've cut the lead to 3.
22-19. Getting interesting here. Walonis with 3.
Oh, another one.
She has got such a great form on that. A timeout called.
You can't give her space.
Timeout called by Dave Wall, the coach of the Walpole Timberwolves.
Yeah.
And Walonis has 6 points now.
Yep. 2 long threes.
I talked about that stretch of games back in the 80s. There were 4 straight years that they met either in the final or in the semifinal. But let's first look at Kaylee getting her first basket of the game.
It's a nice
Collins
fast
on the
break here.
Beautiful pass by Foley.
Passing.
And in. Great job.
Yep.
Great job. As I mentioned, the only time that Foxboro won was in 1988. It was a semifinal at Massasoit Community College. And what a day of basketball that was, between Sarah Bain and Megan Sullivan just going up and down the court and scoring almost at will. Sullivan ended up with 40, I think she had 42 points in that game. Bain had 34, but the big difference was Foxboro had another weapon. Holly Grinnell, their 5'11 setter, scored 20 points and made a big difference as Foxboro won that game. Went on to, I think that was the sectional final, and then they went on to play Wakefield. A heartbreaking loss for the Warriors up at the Garden, the old Boston Garden, on the old parquet, where the dribbling was an adventure.
Oh, yes.
All right, Kaylee Sullivan has the ball. Foxboro looking to keep their momentum going. Underneath Collins, the ball slips away from her, and it will be Walpole ball. 11-5 edge for the Warriors in this period so far. 4:12 left. Izzy Adams brings the ball across to Walonis. Cross court to Ryan. Back to Walonis. Has it slapped away, but she recovers. Foxboro's playing good defense out there.
They are. And Walpole's being patient, moving the ball well.
Hurley gives it off to Ryan. Ryan almost loses the ball, but they get it in the corner to Bindon with the shot. No good. Rolls out of bounds. Yep. And it will be Foxboro ball.
Good defense there by Foxboro.
I think Walpole actually goes about 7 deep with players that they could all be starters if they wanted. Maybe even an 8th player. But and that's one thing I think Foxboro will be having to develop a little bit more depth as we're going on. And we're seeing that in Izzy Chamberlain. I'm seeing a nice move with that. Yeah. Collins will try to go around the corner, stops at the baseline, gives it out to Blake. Blake's shot no good. Rebounded by Walonis. Walonis is on the break. She's very confident. She goes in, misses that shot, and the rebound is slapped out of bounds. It was in Ava Hill's hands, but it will be Foxboro ball. Foxboro down 6. Sullivan gives it to Collins. Collins at the top of the key. Will penetrate the lane. Takes it back out. Loses the ball in the dribble. Ryan is the recipient of that, and she will bring it across.
A little too fancy.
Walonis from the left corner. No good on the 3. Rebound fought for. Collins comes away with it up ahead to Foley. Foley has it, and she will wait for Sullivan, and it's a wise move. Walpole got back defensively very quickly.
Yep, they're going to set up the offense here. Take their time.
Sullivan spins, takes a little bit of a Euro step and gets the jumper. Oh,
nice move there.
Very good shot for Kaylee Sullivan.
4-point lead for Walpole.
Walpole might have quibbled a little bit about the number of steps, but we won't. Walonis has it. Skip pass across to Ryan. Ryan at the top of the key now looking, gives it back to Walonis. Boisvert had it briefly. Now Ryan on the baseline. The attempt to get it to Bindon on the baseline. No good. It goes out of bounds, and Foxboro will have the ball.
Here's the replay.
Look at that step. Well, it take a couple of steps. So that's fine. It worked. Nobody was looking. Pass in here. Foley is tied up with Bindon, and that on the alternating possession that will go to Walpole. 2 minutes left here. 4-point lead for Walpole. As Izzy Adams walks it up. Ryan has it. Gives it to Wolonis. Wolonis passes to Adams. From the corner, Bindon no good. Rebound, actually not a rebound, caught in midair by Collins. Gives it off to Foley, no good. Collins gets the rebound, puts it off the glass, no good. The rebound is fought for. Wolonis will come away with it, and she'll have an easy break to the basket. Wolonis now has 8 points.
That's a good hustle there.
6-point lead. The stop and pop by Collins, no good. Rebounded by by Walpole, by Boisvert, and Wolonis will walk it up now. 1:17 left in this first half. Wolonis thought about the three. Now passing the corner to Bindon, back out to Ryan, to Wolonis again. Again, the pass to Bindon. Now cutting into the basket, Boisvert, no good. Collins with the rebound. Foxborough trying to push it up. Sullivan on control of it. Takes the three from the top of the key and hits it. 7 points for Sullivan, all in this quarter. 46 seconds left. It's down to a 3-point game. Adams to Boisvert, to Wolonis, as they work the ball around on the perimeter. Now they try to get it inside. Unsuccessful to Boisvert. Foxborough, a double dribble. Ball just jumped out of the way of Ava Hill as she was trying to bring it up, and it kind of came back on the wrong hand. Somebody check the dead spots in the floor on that one. You know, I was told, I do a lot of Mansfield games, Tom, and I didn't realize that the floor in the James Albertini Memorial Gymnasium is the 52-year-old original floor.
Wow.
It's about paper thin now. They're looking to replace it next year. I love what they've done with this gym. They've done a great job with this. Here's Adams looking to take the three, no good.
Oh, they got a rebound.
Rebounded by Boisvert. Wolonis with the three, off the glass and in. Oh, she's a dangerous woman out there.
Wow.
And that will end the first half with Walpole in a 30-24 lead. So every time the Foxborough Warriors try to make a charge, Walpole finds a way to get something. And Wolonis, how dangerous is she?
I'll tell you, that's key at the end there to hit that three. It's what a great first half that was.
Look at it. Here's Kaylee Sullivan just decided, yeah, I got the shot. I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
Poof. Beautiful. Foxborough outscored Walpole 16-10 in the period, but those last quick threes, certainly the three by Wolonis, and she had a two before that. She actually had 8 of the 10 points, and Katie Hurley had the other two from at the foul line. Let's take a quick look at the scoring here at halftime. Cameron Collins for the Warriors has 6 points. Ava Hill has 2. Kaylee Sullivan has 7. All came in the second period. Erin Foley has 3. Lauren Miley has 3. And Hannah Blake has 3. And that brings us to 24 points. Let's take a look at what we don't want to see is Walpole hitting the three. Look at Wolonis just gets that shot off and hits it right on that part of the glass where it's so, from that angle, it's so difficult to use the glass on that. But she hit it perfectly.
That might not have been her intention.
So let's see.
But it counts.
Walpole so far. Wolonis has 11 points. Haley Brigham has 5. Izzy Adams has 7, and Katie Hurley has 7 as well. And that's 4 people. That's all the people have done the scoring for Walpole, but it's been effective. They have 30 points.
Yes.
So Tom, as you look at this game, you see the pace has been pretty quick. A couple of times the guards want to slow it down a little bit, but You've had turnovers down here. Foxborough wants to push the ball, and I think they were pretty effective in the second quarter, getting that kind of that push to create offense.
I would agree. I think Walpole started off pushing it, but then it seems like they've slowed it down, and Foxborough's been able to push it. But I think the turnovers and the fouls are going to be the real decision of this game. Untimely turnovers and some easy missed shots. That's where the game will be, I think.
Only 2 players so far in foul trouble in the game. Haley Brigham has 2 for Walpole, and Andrea Slattery has 2 for Foxborough, and she didn't play much after the 2 early fouls in the first quarter.
Yes.
So that right now there are a lot of people with fouls, and then, let's see, the more you foul, the more chance you give the other team to shoot. So.
Yep, and they were in the bonus, both teams, I think.
Yep. So I think we'll take a little bit of a break here.
Okay, Mark.
And we will come back about a minute before the second half begins. So, again, I'm Mark Farinella. Tom Blake is with me. We're here for Foxborough Cable Access, Cable 8, bring you this championship game in the Warrior Classic. Foxborough trailing by 6 at halftime. Walpole 30, Foxborough 24. We'll be back when we're ready. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Foxborough High School Gymnasium for today's championship game in the Warrior Classic. For the girls, it is Walpole versus Foxborough. Walpole leading 30-24 at the half. I'm Mark Farinella. Tom Blake will rejoin me in a minute or two, I hope. And we're about ready for the second half of play. It's been a really exciting first half. The Warriors got down big early, but they fought back, they clawed back, and had it pretty close for a while. But a couple of key three-pointers late in the second quarter got Foxborough put Foxborough in a little bit of a hole. But they're showing the ability to fight back against this really talented Walpole team, very talented, and it's fun to see this rivalry again, as Tom and I have been talking about some of the past games in the 80s. And it was kind of a shame, in a way, that Foxborough went down to Division III, although they did get a state championship out of that. And I think they appeared in state championship games 3 times in Division III. But when they moved back up, it's nice to see that the 2 neighboring towns will once again do battle. So we're ready here for the second half. We're underway. Foxborough has the ball. Cam Collins has it on the right elbow. Quick shot by Hannah Blake on the baseline. Goes.
Good movement there, Mark.
Terrific baseline shot by Hannah. She's got a nice angle on that shot. That's not easy. All right. And that's Ryan. Grace Ryan hits that one. I think. Was that Grace Ryan, number 23?
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. I only got the corner of the number there, but yes, that was her. All right, Foxborough has it back. Back and forth. Back and forth they go. Collins looks inside to Slattery. Now will go into Blake. No good. Rebound is Foley's. Gives it out to Collins. Collins drives baseline, shoots over the basket, gets her own. Briefly had her own rebound, but Hurley came away with it. Here comes Walpole. That was almost backcourt. That was almost backcourt. But Walonis very acrobatically got her feet down. She could be a good wide receiver doing that. In the corner, Izzy Adams, no good. Rebound comes out to Ryan. Now Walonis with another shot. Oh my goodness, she's good.
I'll tell you, Mark, she's on fire from there.
So they get a couple of quick baskets. It is 36-26. The shot by Blake, returning. Will get you back. Hannah has two shots in this period, 2 baskets. 7 points in all. Adams drives the basket short, but Hurley manages to tiptoe, but she steps out of bounds while trying to get the rebound. It will be Foxborough ball. 36-28 is the score. Foxborough trailing. Showing a lot of life, though. I think Walpole has been a little sloppy under the basket sometimes, and that might be a break for Foxborough here. Quick in, Slattery gets the pass to Hannah Blake on the baseline. And that is her 3rd basket, and all 6 of the points of Foxborough's points in this period are hers. Adams dumps it off. Brigham, no good. Rebound by Collins.
Oh, they're pushing it.
Sullivan goes to the basket, off the glass, no good. Rebound fought for. Hurley comes away with it. Here comes Adams. Fast break, pushes off a little bit, gets the shot though, and it falls in at the foul line. Timeout.
That could have been a little offensive there, but that's a good timeout there.
Izzy Adams gets that basket, and so at this point, it is a 2-point edge in the period for Walpole. They have had 2 threes involved in their 3 baskets, whereas Hannah Blake has accounted for all 3 of Foxboro's baskets. So the Warriors come in. They've scored 1,038 points so far this year. They are averaging 54.6, and they allow an average of 44.5. So as you can see, defense is a strong point for the Warriors. They are ranked right now number 12 in Division II in the everyday compilation of the power ratings by the Boston Globe's Jim Clark, and I trust him because he's the guy who created this system. And right now, as I did the pairings before I came in here, and you do it according to the rankings. The top 32 go, and then anybody who's 500 or over after that are added to the bracket. Right now, it looks like Foxboro would have a home game against Tewksbury in the round of 32, but that can change in a minute, and it probably will change again. For about the last week, it looked like Foxboro was going to play Chicopee. That was an opponent I had actually seen on tape because they played King Philip. All right, here's Foxboro back in action now again. Blake tries to get inside to Collins. The ball is loose, and it skips out to Adams. Adams starts to break. Dumps it off the sideline, and on this baseline is Slattery, and it'll go back over to Foxboro. Ball was loose. Slattery tried to get it, tried to push it back out, but could not get it. Inbounded by Brigham to Walonis. Ryan in the corner. That was Brigham with the shot, no good. Underneath, Hurley, no. And this time the rebound is by Slattery. Foxboro trying to push the ball up now, but it's 1-on-5 practically.
Yeah, there's a smart move to bring it back.
They do get down there defensively in a hurry. All right, Collins has it at the top of the key. Collins stops and pops in the lane, good.
That's a nice move there, Mark.
Collins has 8 points in the game. I'm going to have fun watching her and Sullivan working together for the next couple of years.
Oh, yeah.
From the top of the key, no good by Adams, but the rebound is by Ryan, comes back out. Adams has the ball at the top. Walonis now is not playing the point. They're trying to get her to create offense on the outside because she's been very successful with the 3.
Well, she's shooting,
and we have a foul.
Shooting so well today, it's good to get her on the wing.
And that foul is on Erin Foley. That's her second. Team's first. Walonis to Ryan, now back to Walonis. Ryan will go baseline, stops. Nice place to stop. Grace Ryan now has 5 points, all of them in this period so far. Collins kicks it back out. Now inside with somebody behind the official that I could not see.
That was Slattery.
All righty. I got to remember to use the monitor. This is the only place I get a monitor. Walonis' shot, no good. Rebound slapped out, but tried to slap out. Hannah got her hand on it, but didn't go in the direction she wanted it to go in. So that will be Walpole ball. 3:43 left in the third period. Walpole up by 8. Just that can't get that margin below. Every now and then they'll creep it back down to 3, but then Walpole will strike. This will be a good test of the Warriors' mental toughness, I think.
Absolutely.
All right, out front to Brigham. Brigham's going to make the drive in, and she is fouled on the way in. I think that's on Hannah.
Yes.
And it is, and that's her second. Brigham misses the first. This has not been a good day at the foul line for the Walpole Timberwolves.
Timeout Foxboro.
So they'll give Brigham a little bit of time to think about the second one here. Tom, this has been fun, I would imagine, for you to watch a growing team.
Absolutely.
You know, especially since Hannah obviously has been a big part of the program for the last few years, and you know, I'm sure she would like to go out with a nice little trek into the tournament. And here's what she can do. Look at that nice spot, good form on the shot, perfect. That's a tough angle shot too, because you can't use the glass on that one. You can, maybe, but it's got to be high up outside of that square. Always, all the kids would like to get that basket in the square. Look how repeatedly she does that from the same spot, same form. Terrific.
Yep. They ran the same play 3 times in a row.
She came into the game with 276 career points. I keep all this stuff.
Wow. Yeah, it's been fun watching. She's really enjoyed the program, and she will miss it. It's been a highlight of her high school, I think.
Well, it'll always be part of her, though, and that's something. When so many kids come back, they come visit the teams further on. All right, the second shot by Brigham is no good. And Hannah Blake with the rebound. Ball being pushed up. Sullivan stops for the 3.
Bang.
Bang, as you said. You beat me to it.
Yeah.
10 points for Kaylee Sullivan.
5-point game, Mark, so it's a great game.
Now here's Izzy Adams, and she'll stop and pop, and she gets it. Walpole keeps coming back. This kid Adams is going to be a pretty high-scoring kid over the next few years. I love the control that she has. She has great control of herself, even in the paint. She can do it. Sullivan pushes the defense away, gets away with it. Blake underneath, gets it back out to now Sullivan has it on the left elbow to Foley, and the ball goes zipping out of bounds on the skip pass. I think Foley expected somebody to move to it. Nobody did. 2:52 left in the third period. Walpole up by 5, and they have the ball. Haley Brigham has it. Haley Brigham will bring it across. That's funny, with Willonis out on the wing, she's actually been less involved, which surprised me. Now she's got the ball. Now she's going to dance with it a little bit, takes it back into the middle, gives it off to Brigham. Brigham's shot, no good. Rebound underneath by Hurley. She puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebound by Ava Hill, gives it up to Sullivan. Sullivan scores. Great fast break on that. Good transition. Really well-run transition on that.
Walpole's in the press. No, Foxboro.
All right. Ryan gives it off to Willonis. Now they got Willonis back at the point a little bit anyway, but Adams will take that role. Adams will stop at the foul line. Gets it out now. Willonis comes back. Willonis on the drive. Collins blocks her.
Nice block there by Collins.
And now Collins will bring the ball up. Yeah, it was a very good block. Ava Hill alone on the baseline scores.
That was a nice look by Cam Collins.
And it's back to a 3-point game. Foxborough gets back quickly on defense. Walpole in the half court. Hurley out top. Willonis. She will get into the corner to Brigham. Brigham looking inside. Hurley, and she'll be fouled on the way in by Hannah Blake. That'll be Hannah's third, so there's a bit of concern as we are at 1:30 left in the third period here, and Katie Hurley will go to the foul line for 2 shots. She gets the first. Let's look up ahead and see how this ball is. Look at that beautiful fast break. That could be another, have to make some room on a banner for her at some point. Another shot by Hurley is good, so she now has 9 points. The lead is back up to 5 points. Sullivan behind the back dribble, gets away from her a little bit. Now she gets it to Collins. Over to Miley, now back out to Sullivan. Sullivan no good. And it will skip out of bounds, out of the reach of Lauren Miley, and it will be Walpole ball. The only one thing I don't like about this program right now, and I've mentioned it before, the yellow numbers on the white shirts. For an old guy like me, it's hard to see, but now that I'm getting to know the kids really well, I recognize them without having to worry about the numbers.
Well, if you've ever seen a Foxborough football game, it's even harder. You have no idea who it is.
I know. Willonis completely misses the boat on that three-pointer, and she's upset with herself. Let's look at Ava Hill on the baseline here now. Here's a good push up the court
great
for Collins.
Pass.
Ava Hill, plenty of time to square up, gets the shot. All right, the Warriors have the ball. Sullivan will go for a long three and hits it.
Wow.
That was outside the college circle.
Yeah, that was a long one. Great shot. She has a great set shot there.
And she has 8 points in this period, and Foxborough has got back within 2. Ryan with the three, no good. Rebound, fought for. Ryan gets it back. Now Adams hits it. She's clutch.
Yep,
She's only scored in 2 periods, but in each period she's had 2 twos and a 3. 14 points.
It's all about rebounding.
Sullivan,
Offensive
12
rebounds.
seconds left. Collins. She's going to have to get a shot off. There she goes. Oh, it almost goes. It gets her own rebound and scores!
Wow.
What a play!
What a play.
I was waiting for that buzzer. It never came, and
Yep.
she had time to get in and get her rebound and put it right back off the glass. Great basket by Cameron Collins. Let's take another look at that. Oh, look at that. Here she is. She's running out of clock, puts the desperation shot up, but gets her own rebound and puts it right up high off the glass and scores.
Wow.
How good was that?
That was exciting.
And you have a 3-point game going into the 4th quarter. It is Walpole 47, Foxboro 44. Tom, that's the kind of play that champions are made out of.
We can't expect a better game than this game.
Let's watch this one as we can see the clock going off. Now she gets the shot off at what, about 3.3?
Yep. No one boxed her out.
Perfect time, plenty of time, and hits
Excellent.
it. What a great job by Cam Collins to get that one. And
So
she now has 10 points.
That was a very exciting quarter, Mark. A lot of scoring.
Foxboro got 20 points in the quarter. $17 for the Walpole Timberwolves. And that's why we have a 3-point game heading into this final period. Walpole has possession. Brigham has the ball. Marked by Miley. Now Walonis has it. Now
there's a
the drive by Ryan is effective. Grace Ryan now with 7 points as Walpole strikes first in the period. Ava Hill gets it back out to Sullivan, now to Collins. Lisa Downs calling out the signals on the sidelines. Collins with the jumper, no good. It's going to bounce around the rim for a while before Adams pulls down the rebound. Adams brings it up on the fast break. Dishes to Brigham, no good. Rebounded by Izzy Chamberlain, and the ball goes out of the hands of Lauren Miley. Oh, she knows that hurts. I feel for her at that point. And Foxboro will substitute. A planned substitution, had nothing to do with that play, obviously. So Walpole has the ball. Every basket in this quarter is going to have a meaning, and that's going to ruin my voice for the next games I have to do. Shot by Esdale is no good. Walpole will have the ball.
Out on Foxboro.
Lisa Downs will substitute again. Hannah Blake comes back in. Izzy Chamberlain goes out. Izzy's a promising talent for the future. Nice girl, too. We did the post-game interview with her the other day. It was enjoyable. Walonis, for 3.
There it is. Gotta get on her.
17 points for Brooke Walonis. I told you she was good.
Absolutely.
All right, Kaylee Sullivan gets it off to Cam Collins. She'll go the swooping drive off the glass, but not in the right place, but the rebound is by Foley. Collins has it back out now. Blake gets it over in the corner to Ava Hill, no good. And there's a foul. And I think that's on Hurley, I believe.
No, number 33.
It is on Hurley. That's her second. Walpole has managed to survive the initial fears of foul trouble, and that would be her third, rather, on Hurley. The shot by Blake, no good. It was a little rushed. Walonis will bring the ball up with a little bit more of a sense of purpose here. Looking for somebody to pass it to. She gets to Adams. She gets it back. Brigham is going to make the drive. Goes off the backboard, no good. Rebound fought for, and they'll call a tie-up between Blake and Hurley. And then the alternating possession, the ball will go to Foxboro. 6:06 left. And it is a 8-point game here. Sullivan to Blake on the left side. Blake thinks about it, looks inside. Will get the pass back, but it anticipated very well by Hurley and stolen. And Walonis will bring it up for Walpole. Izzy Adams has it, gives it off. Now Bindon has it. And again, the drive into the middle. Comes back out. No good. And Foxboro has the break. Here comes Collins, stops and pops. No good short, and Hurley there for the rebound.
A little quick there.
They push it now up. Here's Adams. Adams will take the little runner, no good. And will go out of bounds, off on the rebound, and off of Walpole, so it'll be Foxboro ball.
Walpole's subbing quite a bit, getting their players a rest.
A wise move, because this has been a pretty fast-paced game, and Lisa's done the same too. Of course, Lisa's in her 11th year here. She has a record of 178 and 58, and I think she's got her foot in the door for the State Coaches Hall of Fame. What a nice play by Hannah Blake. Got the ball, took the quick move in, didn't hesitate. 11 points for Hannah in this game. A foul underneath.
I'll tell you, Mark, number 13 takes the ball to the basket. Very good.
And that foul was on Ava Hill. That's her second. There are 4 on the Warriors in the quarter.
Yeah, Haley Brigham at the line.
Brigham, who struggled a little bit in the foul shooting, though. And the one thing, if you get to the foul line, it's good to get there, but you got to do something when you get there too.
Yeah, my coach.
And she does. So of course I encourage her to do that.
Most coaches would say that's a free basket for you.
Look at that nice drive by Hannah. Great replay on that one. And she gets 2 free throws now, so Haley has overcome her troubles at the foul line apparently. 54-46, still an 8-point game here. Foxboro's Cam Collins gets it in close. Hannah Blake's shot, she's interfered with, gets her own rebound and puts it up. Terrific. Hannah Blake has 10 points in this half, 13 in the game. Adams loses the ball. Walpole fans didn't like that. I can't say I blame them. Sullivan has the ball taken away from her by Brigham. Brigham is blocked by Collins, but Walonis gets the ball in the corner on the drive. Blocked again.
Oh, they cannot keep the ball. They keep blocking it and not retaining it.
Izzy Adams now takes it out. They've got 24 seconds on the shot clock. Great work to keep the ball, but great work to deny by Foxboro.
There's a travel.
And there is. Foxboro did a great job to deny in that possession, but this couldn't get the slapped away balls.
They had like 2 or 3 blocks.
All right. Haley Sullivan, 3:52 left. As Foxboro looking to cut into this deficit again. Cam Collins almost has the ball slapped away from her. Blake to Sullivan. Sullivan will take a couple steps towards the baseline and hit it.
Dang, nice shot.
Nice outside shot. I honestly think that the short-range shot, mid-range shots are a lost part of basketball, but I'm seeing kids use them now, and I like it.
Me too. I'm not a big fan of living and dying by the 3.
17 points for Sullivan in this game.
There's Brigham again.
Underneath to Curley. A nice job on that.
That was a nice pass.
And a timeout.
Nice pass there.
Timeout called by Lisa Downs. 3:15 left. And Foxboro trails by 6. So they can't get it closer. All right, here's Haley Sullivan. Look at her take that little quick step, get around the defense, get a free shot. And again, baseline shots coming in. I mentioned her earlier in this telecast. Holly Grinnell graduated in 1988. Again, tall girl, but she had great shooting range, and one of her most effective shots was like 10 to 12 feet on the baseline. So it was effective then. It can be effective now, but everybody fell in love with a 3-point shot somewhere along the way. Now I think they're seeing you can add that back into the game. And, the more points you score, the more you're going to win.
Well, it's a higher percentage shot.
Yep.
What a great game, Mark.
It has been
I'll tell
excellent. I'd like to see Foxborough in these last 3:15. They're going to have to deny. They got to watch out because, again, Walpole, they can get that open person under the basket. And Hurley's a very good person at lurking. If you might think back to the Wachusett game that Foxborough played. Charlotte Head, their center, not a terribly athletic player, but a smart one, because all she did was hang around and wait for somebody to get her the ball, and then she just put it back up and in, had a career-high game in that game. So that's what Foxborough has to be aware of. As Haley Sullivan brings it up, gives it off to Collins, who has Walonis on her. Blake on the left side, on the right side rather, but it's stolen away. The pass was trying to go inside to Lauren Miley, and now Izzy Adams has it out top. Has it slapped away by Collins, gets it back. Hurley way away from the basket, and she's fouled by Blake, and that will be Hannah's 4th. With 2:47 left, Foxborough down by 6. Ball will be taken out on the sideline near us. Gets it out to Brigham. Into Hurley. Hurley looks, and another foul.
Jeez.
And that will be on Hannah Blake too, as well, I think.
That's it.
And that is it for her 5th foul.
What is she doing?
That was unfortunate. I think she got deked out a little bit by Hurley. Hurley kind of started to make a move and then kind of backed into her a little bit. So that'll be the day for Hannah Blake today, but it was a good one. 13 points. Some good solid work and textbook on those baseline jumpers. I loved watching those. But now Foxborough is at a disadvantage. They're going to have to fight hard without one of their top paint presences. All right, here is Hurley. Gets it back out to Adams. Adams, 18 seconds of the shot clock. She lets one go. No good. Rebounded. Eventually come down to Foley. Here comes Collins. Collins on the fast break. Will go into 3 people and has the ball pulled away from her. Oh my God, what a play by Adams.
Yeah, that was quite defense.
Collins went down hard on that, but that was a great play. That was a tie-up. Let's take a look at it. Here she comes on the drive. From behind, had nothing but ball on her. Great job, and Collins was going to the basket without the ball. So Walonis will take it out as Foxborough presses. Hurley gets it back to Walonis. Now to Ryan. Ryan brings it across. Here come the rest of the Timberwolves. Adams, she's become the take charge girl at the end of this one. Outside to Brigham. No good. Collins has it. Collins on the break. 1:56 left, and she is going to be fouled on the way in. And that is on Brigham. That's her 3rd.
Boy, the bodies are flying around now.
And that is only the 2nd team foul on Walpole in this half. So Foxborough is going to have to do it without the benefit of 1-and-1. Ava Hill gives it out. Up top, goes around to Sullivan. 1:45 left, 19 on the shot clock. Sullivan with a good move. Gets it in, tries to get it to Collins. Stolen by Walonis. I hate to be proven right about a player, but boy, she is really good, and she's made an impact on this game. Just wearing the wrong uniform, that's all. Now, Walonis will make the drive over the top of the basket. Miley has it. Miley will start the break. Miley holds up, looking for Collins. Collins has it close to us. On the right side, now take it into the middle, and has to scoop it out. Knocked out of bounds into our broadcast location. And it will be Foxborough ball, I believe. Let's see whether Collins had to scoop it out because Adams was all over. Now,
Yeah, definitely out on Walpole.
Well, could be considered a little bit of a foul there too, but
Yeah.
But anyway, it will be a timeout here, as with 1:08 left, Foxborough's got to make up 6 points.
Yep.
And this has been a great game. Now you look at it too. You're looking at a potential number 4 seed in Division II tournament at the top of a bracket, which is Walpole, and Foxborough, who's had to play in the very tough Hockomock League and had had issues with Oliver Ames, as everybody else did in the world. And Franklin, again, was very good. But and Wachusett, which for a while was the number 1 ranked team in Division I. but now number 2 at this juncture, but that could all change before Saturday. For those of you who are wondering, the pairings for the tournament will be argued about on Friday at the offices of the MIAA in Franklin, and they hope to have everything ready on Saturday. As I said, I've been tracking them through Jim Clark's daily computation in the Globe. There will be some discrepancies because there's still a lot of scores that haven't been reported. They have this new system where everybody has to report to this particular system, arbitersports.com.
I'm sure there's a lot of games that need to be made up as well this week.
And so they're going to still be changes in the things. Now, Foley loses the ball out of bounds. Pass. She was heading towards the basket. Unfortunately, the pass was heading behind her. She got her hand on it. So with 1:07 left, Brooke Walonis will take the ball out right next to us. Gets it out to Ryan, and she's fouled. No, I'm sorry, that's Brigham, and she's fouled by Sullivan.
Well, they're going to make them earn it.
Only the first foul on Kaylee Sullivan in this game. And that will send Haley Brigham to the foul line. And she gets the first. She has 2 previous foul shots in this period after going 2 for 6 in the other periods.
Yeah,
and she misses that one. And Miley has the ball knocked out of her hands, and it will be Foxboro ball.
I'll say, Mark, Foxboro has some untimely turnovers in this last minute.
Yep.
Didn't even get opportunities to take a shot, so.
Well, they were helped along, too, by some pretty solid defense by Walpole.
Yep.
And some contact involved, too. So, I mean, if you wanted to quibble, you could quibble. But timeout by Walpole, I believe. Yep. So 57-50 is the score.
Hopefully Foxboro can set up a play to get a quick 3. And
1 minute and 4 seconds left. I was looking up at the clock, and it looked like it said 10.4 seconds briefly, and they switched it back over. I don't know what happened with the clock over there, but I didn't think I had missed so much time. 7-point deficit. It's doable. It's going to be tough, but it's doable. This is a good. This is definitely a good test of the Warriors, though. And again, even if they don't come out with the win, their seeding is not likely to change all that much because they are playing a team that is going to help them. This whole system nowadays does not do much for wins and losses as much as it is the strength of the schedule of the team you play.
Oh, I see.
It's weird. I would need a chalkboard and a half an hour to explain it all. I finally think I learned how to figure out these pairings, but as long as Jim Clark's doing it on a spreadsheet, I'll let him do it. But it is going to all come down to a head on Friday and Saturday. Friday will be argument day, and Saturday will be the final day. And of course, congratulations today to the Foxboro boys. They beat Middleborough 83-52 to win the boys title. Oh. And there's a team that has really come on strong over the second half of the season. All right, here's Cam Collins in the final minute of play, bringing it up. Collins looking, jumps it out to Foley. Takes the shot herself, though, is Collins with the 3. Collins got the ball back immediately from Foley, got the 3, and it's 57-53. All right, Walpole on the attack, and Ryan is, Brigham is fouled emphatically by Foley.
It gave him 10 seconds.
Yep.
They should have fouled him right away.
38 seconds left. That'll be the 3rd foul on Aaron Foley. And Haley Brigham goes back to the line.
It's 1-on-1 here. And she
gets the first. Look at Cam Collins. She got the ball back, and she knew what she was going to do there. Brigham got both.
Yep, there's some clutch free throw shooting right there.
59-53. Sullivan has the ball inside 30 seconds.
Got to use that pick.
Collins, stop and pop. Takes the step-back jumper high off the glass. No good. Rebound fought for. Walonis comes away with it, and she's going to be fouled by Cam Collins. That's only the first foul on Collins. 20.1 seconds left, and a player who I'd say was probably the heart and soul of this Walpole team, Brooke Walonis, will go to the line. She has 17 points in this game. Gets the first. Back up to a 7-point lead. I think this one, unfortunately, may be slipping away from the Warriors, but a good effort, definitely. and Bolonis hits both. 61-53. Collins, 18 seconds. And I think they're just going to try to get one more shot off here. That'll be Sullivan for three. No good. Rebounded by Walonis. Walonis has it, is fouled by Izzy Chamberlain with 5.3 seconds left. So it's pretty sure that Walpole will improve to 16-4. Foxborough will go to 13-7. Again, I don't think this negatively affects Foxborough's seeding in the tournament. And we'll all find out about that. But no matter what, the Warriors will have a home game. And that's always a help. Walonis misses the first. .3 seconds left. It's been a solid effort for the Warriors. This is a very good team they're facing. And she gets the second. Walonis, as advertised. They roll the ball in. Collins picks it up. 5 seconds left. The clock is running. 3, 2. Collins will take the shot. No good. And that is the game.
That's game.
The final score is Walpole 62, Foxborough 53. Not a game to hang your head about, though, for sure, because, again, you had a good team coming in.
It's a very good game.
And this is worthy of the long-time rivalry between these two schools. And none of these kids were born, I think,
no.
when the games were as intense as they were back then. But these two schools have good basketball DNA.
Yep, and it's nice to see them shaking hands again.
Yeah, it is. That is good, too. That is definitely good. And of course, we can drop the masks in a short while, too, which is
I think a week.
Which would be nice. I might still wear one for a while. I'm an old guy.
Certain situations, why not?
As long as I can be safe, I'll be happy. So, but again, a great game. Foxborough loses this one 62-53, but they again definitely have nothing to hang their head about.
It was a very good game, I thought.
It was. So
referees played it very good too. It was a good game to watch.
Yep.
That's what you want. You want nice, close games. The blowouts are not very fun to watch.
And they are talking over the selections to the all-tournament team right now, so we'll see what they come up with shortly. In the meantime, I'll try to go over some of the scoring totals if I can get to them really quick. Cam Collins ended up with 13 points. Ava Hill had 4. Kaylee Sullivan, let's see here. 17 points for Kaylee Sullivan. Izzy Chamberlain played, did not score. Erin Foley had 3 points. Lauren Miley had 3 points. Andrea Slattery played, did not score. And Hannah Blake had 13. And Foxborough ended up with 53 today. Let's see, for Walpole, Chloe Binden played, did not score. 20 points for Brooke Walonis. And let me just check here. She came close to her season high. Her season high before that was 23 against Newton North. So good job by her in a game that had meaning.
She had a great game.
And let's hear what the selections will be for the all-tournament team.
And Foxborough in a great final game. I wanted to invite the captains of Foxborough to come up and take the runner-up plaque for the Warrior Classic. And the same for the captains of Walpole. Congratulations for winning the Warrior Classic. And I just wanted to announce some members of the alternate team. For Foxborough, number 11, Kaylee Sullivan.
Definitely well-deserved pick there.
Sorry about the feedback. And for the girls, for Walpole, the alternate team is Haley Brigham. And the tournament MVP is Brooke Walonis.
I would definitely agree with those two selections. Good job by Walpole coming in here. Again, they will be 16-4.
Congrats to both teams. Good luck in the postseason.
And Foxborough will be 13-7 going forward. And of course, that's the end of Foxborough's regular season. And they will await the pairings and as I said, will be thrashed out by the MIA over the weekend and hopefully be official on Saturday. Just figuring, continuing with the Walpole scoring, Haley Brigham had 10, Izzy Adams, the freshman, 14, Grace Ryan had 7, and Katie Hurley had 11. So only 5 players scored for them, but they got the job done, 62 points, and that was the final score. 62-53. Now, I asked Lisa Downs nicely before the game to come and talk to me for the post-game show, win or lose. I know how she feels after a loss, and certainly I've known Lisa since she was a player as Lisa Garland back in the 80s. But I hope she will come around and visit, because I think there's some good things to talk about. And again, a quality opponent, no question about it. And I liked what I saw from the Warriors today. So we will kind of await that. Tom, thank you for working with me today.
Absolutely, Mark.
I had a blast.
Enjoyed it.
I'm glad you were able to join me. And I don't know how many games, maybe if I'm a little lucky, I might be able to get to do some postseason stuff. I'm in so much demand these days, and I say that jokingly.
Well, we'll have a home game here,
but
so
I would
sure
hope
they'll invite you.
If they can work the scheduling out where the conflicts are minimal between everything else that I'm doing these days, I would love to be back and watch these Warriors, because I think they have a good chance to advance at least a couple of rounds right off the bat.
Yes.
I've been checking out, as I said, the pairings regularly, and right now it's Tewksbury, but it could be changed rapidly. As I told you, I saw them. They were going to play Chicopee for the longest time. I saw Chicopee play King Philip in a early season tournament. And back when KP remembered how to score with the basketball, they've been struggling mightily since then. But the and actually King Philip could still make the Division I tournament. They are number 32 right now. They're right on the cusp. But if they drop below 32, they can't get in because they won't be at 500. So they need the ratings points, and we'll see how that all works out.
Let me ask you, Mark, is the tournament, do the top teams get a first-round bye, or how does it work?
It depends on the number of teams that qualify. And right now, they're all over the map with that. I think in Division I girls right now, there are 38. In Division II, I think there were 44 as of this morning.
Oh, wow.
Being a statewide tournament, of course, you don't have the sectionals anymore, so these numbers sound big, but it's really legit from the number of teams used to qualify in the North, the South, the Central, and the West.
So they must give a bye to the top 5 or 10.
It depends on how many teams qualify. So if in some of the brackets, you start having preliminary round games at even 17, 18, 19. It depends on how many teams qualify, whereas in others there might only be like 2 or 3 preliminary round games. I mean, Division II boys is another one that has a ton of teams in it, and of course Foxboro appears that they're going to. I think they made 500 today, didn't they? I think so. They will qualify for it. So we will see how that all shapes out this weekend, and I look forward to the tournaments always. I really enjoy.
They are fun
being
to watch.
part of that, and so. I don't know yet if our coach is going to come out and chat with us, but I guess from the little voice in my ear that tells me that we are waiting to find out if Lisa will. I hope she does, because she's always a great interview and been a very frequent guest on my podcast, which is called The Owner's Box. You see it right there. It's been off the air for a little while because I had computer problems, but it will be back. The Owner's Box is a lot of fun. And I've had some pretty good guests, including a coach who stopped by for the Foxboro boys game today, Kristen McDonald, the very successful coach, formerly of the Braintree girls, and now of the Norwood boys, who look to be the number 4 seed in the boys Division II tournament.
Their girls team is excellent as well.
Yes, they are. And I believe they're coached by the former Bishop Feehan standout, Amy Lepley, when she was in high school.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some interesting basketball played coming forward in the next few weeks. And believe me, folks, you in Foxboro, you'll be very lucky. You got both teams in the tournament. I don't know right now. Sometimes if the pairings are good enough, if you got enough teams in, Foxboro the boys could end up with a home game in the preliminary round if they don't make it to the round of 32 immediately. If they're in the round of 32, they're going to be a low seed, so that's going to be a road trip. But the Foxboro girls almost certainly right now will have a home game, and folks come out and support these kids, because I know they love it when they have folks in the stands cheering. And as I was mentioning today, when I looked back in the archives and found a Foxboro girls game from 1989 with 2,000 people in the stands at Stonehill. What an atmosphere that was. So the tournaments always have great atmosphere.
They do.
And it's something that I've always loved. I mean,
I've enjoyed it.
Mark Davis and I covered the game in the Garden against North Reading 2 years ago before COVID shut down our potential state championship game, which fortunately they did award a co-state championship to Foxboro. And to be honest, I think they would have won the state championship game as well.
Yeah. Well, we're a little biased, but they probably would have won.
A little bit, but I think it was a pretty good bet. That was a really good team.
It was a good team.
And I covered Foxboro's previous state championship. Actually, I've covered, I think, every one of their state championships if you want to go back into the 1990s as well. So it'll be fun to see what happens. And yes, I do believe we are going to get Coach Downs, and we are going to get your daughter, Hannah Blake.
Okay, then I guess I'll let them have the headphones.
All righty. Well, Tom, thank you so much again. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Mark.
That was Tom Blake, folks.
All right, thank you.
And right now will be Lisa Downs and Hannah Blake. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Foxboro High School Gymnasium. The final score of today's championship game of the Warrior Classic for the girls was Walpole 62, Foxboro 53. But my guests, of course, are Lisa Downs, the head coach of the Warriors, and Hannah Blake, senior, outstanding paint person, and a great baseline jumper today.
Thank you.
Guys, there's nothing that you have to hang your heads about in this game. This was a very good opponent, a quality opponent that came in here, and you made them work for this one. And, you know, I think you and I had talked a little bit about some of the players for Walpole that would be dangerous, and one of them I said right at the top of the list was Brooke Walonis, and you know, she did her job today. She had 20 points, but I think you made them work really hard.
And, you know, we switched up our defense, and I think we adjusted well to that change, because that's not something I typically would do. We usually will stick with the man and just, you know, ride it out because I'm too stubborn. But I think that, you know, changing over to zone tonight, the girls reacted well on our team. Yep. And, you know, like you said, we made them work for every single point. You know, we had a few lapses, which hurt us, and we didn't get started in the first quarter quite as much as we should have on the offensive end. But, you know, we picked it up in the third quarter, I thought, and, you know, we would make a run, and then they'd get a basket. Then we'd make a run, so it was just never quite enough. But I was proud of the effort. We never gave up. Pardon
me for fumbling around with my mask a little bit, but we only got a few more days that we have to worry about these things, so I'm covering up one of my eyes with it. But I just think that when you look at the way that the start went out, obviously down 20-8 at the start, yes, that's a tough hole to dig yourself out of, but then you outscored them 16-10 in the second period, 20-17 in the third. So you were always making that charge to get back into the game. I think what was the closest? Was it 3? I think at point.
I think it was 3. Yep.
They always would do that one thing, whether it was Izzy Adams, the freshman, or whether it was Walonis or Brigham, who would get those sneaky little lay-ins and get in. Hurley hurt you a couple of times, but not that often. You know, there were obviously they were good enough to be able to stop the surges that you guys made, and that's got to be frustrating in a way.
Yeah, definitely. And it's, you know, Hannah did an awesome job in the third quarter. She came out, she was on fire. You know, it's just those fouls at the end really hurt us because we needed her on the floor. We needed, you know, that consistency we were starting to develop out there with the offensive flow. So, you know, we like you said, we would take one step forward and then one step back, and it would just, we never could get that 2 steps forward going.
Hannah, let's talk a little bit about your game, because certainly, you know, you have a responsibility in the paint, but you also can extend your range, which was very important today. 10 points in the second half, those beautiful baseline jumpers of yours. You can come out a little bit. I've been saying to a lot of people that the short or mid-range shot has been a lost art in basketball for a long time now, and people got fell in love with the three-point basket. But it's so effective when you can get that short-range shot. 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, they all add up. And talk to me a little bit about how confident you are in that shot.
Well, that's all I've really worked on my whole life. So I just came out in the third quarter, and I knew I was faster than her. So with the help of the screens and everything, it really just got me open and set me up for that great shot.
and really so effectively. I mean, 10 points in the second half at a time where you guys really needed them. So a lot of other people did really well today too. Kaylee Sullivan, another nice game. First let's take a look at some of your baskets, because we ran a nice little montage of it earlier, and you're going to see it right now, because look at her just come out, step, turn, square, very confident and very, very fundamentally strong. And also a nice little lay in there, no hesitation whatsoever, didn't put the ball on the floor. Look at that, though. Look at that shot. I love that shot. Keep taking those shots.
Yeah.
those are great. Kaylee Sullivan, 17 points today. Cameron had 13. Hannah, you had 13. So, I mean, you guys got good scoring out of veteran players today, and I think that's a help, because, obviously we get into the tournament, that's when you want to get these things done. Lisa, let's talk very quickly. We're heading towards the tournament now. They will have the pairings shortly by Saturday. Right now I have you guys playing Tewksbury in the round of 36 rather, but you're going to have 32. But you're going to have some challenges ahead. Did this game help you?
It did, and we've played the Franklins, Wachusett, Oliver Ames twice this game. I don't see many people that are entering the tournament with as many of those type of games under their belt, and I think each one we grow a little bit with maturity because we are so young. Hannah has some great court presence out there, and she's able to maintain some composure. Sometimes our younger ones will lose it a little bit and start playing a little bit out of control, but that's going to happen in the tournament as it is. So these games have really helped us to maybe get a little bit more mature and a little bit more experience under our belts.
Okay, then. So the final score once again here from the Foxboro High School Gymnasium, it was Walpole 62, Foxboro 53. But a good performance by the Warriors, and something to build upon as you head to the MIAA tournament next week. Definitely want to thank Hannah Blake for joining us, your dad for joining us today too. That was great. And Lisa Downs, congratulations on another good season. Let's hope you make it into a great season going forward.
Sounds good.
I'm Mark Farinola. Thank you very much for joining us today for this game. With a little bit of luck, maybe I'll be back for a tournament game. You never know. Thank you so much again, and good night, everybody.
Thank you.